Hi, this is Jill Sabella with Sabella Styles. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute collared shirt card. I was inspired by Najezia. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK, and she had done this card with some older paper, and I thought I would update it with our new Well Suited Designer Series paper. And these are many of the designs in the pack, as well as these other designs. They're great for shirts and ties, and they're just some really fun patterns. So I'm going to show you how to make that. Also, I'm using the Well Said stamp set, and it is a 2-piece stamp set. It has some awesome words, lots of different sentiments and phrases, and it is retiring as well as the Well Suited Designer Series paper is retiring as well. And we're going to be using another set of dies called the Stitched Nested Labels. They are retiring as well. We're going to be using actually this particular size right here. We're going to be using, oh, it got stuck. We're going to be using this one right here for our project. And these are some great dies, a really fun shape. And so get your hands on these because they are retiring as well if you want them. And the Stitched Rectangle Framelit dies. These are not retiring, but we will be using these. And the largest of the rectangles we're going to use. So, and let me get my paper and supplies so I can show you how I made this card. Like I said, I did, just to show you again, I did some Father's Day and some just general for you. On the Father's Day cards, I did The Best Thing About Today Is You, or I did You Mean the World to Me. And then this one, I did that same, Celebrating Another Year of Happiness, Happy Birthday, so that I could make them more general. But today, I think I'm going to make it as a Father's Day card. And here are the supplies that you need. Okay, first we need a piece of, I'm using actually basic gray, and it measures at 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4 here. Okay, and then I went ahead and cut my Designer Series paper at 6 by 6. So this is 6 inches by 6 inches, which means you'll get 4 of these cards out of each sheet of Designer Series paper. And this pattern has the paisley on one side, and then this pattern on this I'm going to be using. Also for the inside of the card, a piece of paper at 4 inches and 5 1/4 for the inside of the card. Also, you'll need a scrap of the basic white to do your little pocket area, and then this for the inside if you would like that. So you'll need these 2 scraps. I think this is like a 1/2 inch sheet, but you might need a different size. And then this, I'm not sure how much this measures. This is just rough measurement, but looks like this is about 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, or by 2. So, but just a scrap will do. Okay, so first we need our Stampin' Cut emboss machine. I'm gonna set these, actually, yeah, I'm going to stamp that in a minute. Okay, so get your machine out here. And what we're going to do first is cut the larger main portion of the shirt. So I'm going to show you how to do that first. I'm going to place my paper down like this and just make sure that I get it straight. Sometimes these get bent. I use just a tiny bit of force to bend them back. And make sure that it's straight. This pattern probably does lend itself to needing more of the straight, making sure you get this on straight. Whereas a pattern like this, you know, you don't have to have it straight if it's not exactly right. But this, I got that straight, good to go. Roll it through. So you've got that piece, and we'll set that aside. Okay, using the same exact piece, we're going to use that Stitched Nested Label die. And I'm going to do about maybe about a halfway, a little bit more than halfway on that. Stick that in there, run it through. Oops. Okay, so that's your little pocket. Might have to edit and adjust it a little. And I'll set that aside. And then the last thing to do is I'm going to trim off this little piece so it's not in our way. And I'm going to use this to cut another little piece using that same larger die. And I'm just lining it up on the sides that are not cut yet. you have that piece. Okay, well, I'll show you how to use this in a second. And it is, you can barely see the stitching on that, so it's stitched all the way around. Okay, and then another, just a little addition to give your pocket, I'm gonna make sure this is nice and straight. Give your pocket a little bit of fanciness. I have lost, this set of dies just comes with a straight piece that cuts this cute shape, and the stitching, I've lost it. So I'm going to use the edge of this particular die, and I'm just butting it up to where it cuts. I don't need it to cut, I just want it to create that stitching along the top. So you can actually do it this way if you want to make sure you get it lined up right, as long as you make your little sandwich correct. So you have a cutting plate down here and one on top, and you'll be good to go. And there you have it. It's nice, and you know, it has that stitching on the edge as well up there to kind of make it look finished. Okay, and then I'm gonna set this aside for a second while I do my stamping. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do this one as a birthday one, apparently. I'm going to stamp my birthday wishes on my piece of scrap. I'm going to use the Memento Black. And I'm gonna stamp it just about in the center. Okay, like that. That will give me plenty of room to cut it out using this same exact stitch label die. I'm going to use the same one. Okay. Set it there and get it lined up. And I want to make it as small as I can, as close to the top. Still providing room for that word to sit nicely and centered. And run it through. So now I have my birthday wishes, I have my pocket, my piece for the main part of the card, the top of my shirt, and my card base, okay? So first, just so that it has time to dry, I'm going to put together my pocket, and I'm going to use our liquid glue and just put a little bit of glue down here. I could go ahead and cut that off. We don't need all that extra space. And then I'm going to lay it right about there and just make sure that it is lined up. Okay, lined up nicely. I'm gonna let that dry. And before I glue down my main part of the card, I'm going to take this piece that again has the stitching all the way around, and I'm going to, so my card, as we see here, it has this nice collar on there. And what we're going to do, actually, I'm going to get this one out. So the collar shows, and we're going to create this angle and cut it before we get it glued on. So what you want to do is make sure that this edge corner is flush with that edge, and then you'll make sure that this area is angled up to this little corner, and all you have to do with that then is trim it along the edge of your already cut out piece, okay? Does that make sense? I hope so. So you have this other piece that will fit nicely right up at the top and give you that angle of a collar. All right, and then we'll get these pieces glued down. Burnish my card here. And using our liquid glue again, I'm just going to put a little glue on the back there, center it. Okay, and then I am going to use dimensionals, here they are, to pop up the collar as well as the pocket. It just helps it, it helps it pop. It helps it to show up a little better when it's this color on color, same color. And we're lining up the top there like that. And again, the pocket. I like to reinforce these two separate pieces, putting a dimensional in the middle, and maybe all you need is one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay. And I'll put this pocket maybe down here. And then using our matte black dots, I'm going to add a small one right here. And then the larger dots here. Three large dots. That's all you need. And then one small dot up there. So, and then I've got my inside. I did it on the inside of these, I used the rest of this scrap to kind of add something to the inside of the card, and you can do that. Where's my little scrap of white? Oh, here it is. Okay. So this little skinny scrap, and actually, believe it or not, will fit these words. So the best thing about today is you, or maybe celebrating another year of happiness. I like that one. I like that a little better for birthday. So I'm going to use that one. And using, again, the Memento ink. Ink that up, and it's going to be hard to see it. Oh, I did it. Did it. Okay, and then just trim off my edges a little bit. And then I will trim this edge too, because we don't need all that. And just add it. It just adds something fun with this other pattern behind it. And then I'll let that dry sec while I put this inside my card. Close that up. I always put a card in it or my arm, and that's never good. And then I'll add some glue on the back of this. Put it right here. And there you have it. There's your fun little dress shirt card for a special guy in your life, or for your dad or your husband or whoever. And again, we use the Well Said stamp set to go with that. So if you need any of these products, you can go on my website, which is sabellastyles.stampinup.net, and you can order any of these products. At the end of the video, I will have the all of the dimensions and the supplies needed to get these particular items. So thanks for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day.